hello, good evening and welcome to your class for today. Now, today we're going to look at page 82. So open page 82 and you'll find it is Unit 7 and 8, revise and check. How exciting, we made it to the end of Unit 8. Now this is going to be an interesting section because basically this is more or less everything we've done since we've been confined to our homes. So let's see how we do. Now today we're going to look at the grammar exercise because there are quite a lot of questions. Now we have part A and part B. Now, so there are 20 grammar questions and we've seen diverse subjects, diverse areas, diverse topics of grammar in these two files, file 7 and file 8. So, I think we're going to maybe do a lot of explaining. So today we're going to look at the grammar exercise. Now, letter A says complete the sentences with the right form of the verb in brackets. Now, so I'm going to ask you to pause the video now. Take as much time as you like to complete letter A. Now look for all the clues that can help you put the verb in the right form. So pause the video because when we come back, we're correcting. Okay? So, have you got some answers? Welcome back. Let's take a look. Now, again, some of the answers don't fit exactly into the box, so just be patient, but we'll get them all. Let's see. Now, question number 1. Do you think I ought to Mario yesterday? Now, let's analyze this sentence. Did you analyze these sentences? Well, I'm going to do it for you right now. Well, first of all, we have I ought. Now, this is followed by a very specific verb form, My main verb has a very specific form, but look at this very important piece of information, yesterday. So we're talking about a modal verb in the past, ought, but yesterday in the past. Shall we check the answer? What did you put? You ought to have, now I'm missing my main verb, you ought to have apologized is the correct answer. You ought to have apologized. So we need ought plus 2 plus infinitive now. But in this case, it must be the perfect infinitive. Let's read the whole sentence. Do you think I ought to have apologized to Mario yesterday? Any problems? Let me know. What about number 2? Now again, let's analyze. We've got you'd better to the doctor about that cough. Now again, we have a modal verb, you'd better, which is followed by a very specific verb form. Now, you better to the doctor about that cough. Now, I think we're talking here about the present or the future. So let's see the answer. You better go. You'd better go. Do you remember? You'd better watch out. You'd better not cry. No, do you remember? You'd better with my infinitive. So you'd better go to the doctors about that cough. Now, number 3, you're not supposed, you're mobile at work, but everyone does. Now again, we've got supposed, something's missing to complete that expression, be supposed to, okay. And everybody does. This implies that we need the present, isn't it? Or at least some reference to the usual habitual situation. So you're not supposed to use, you're not supposed to use your mobile at work, but everybody does. And remember, this is really the reason why we use be supposed to, So this is kind of like the rule, but nobody pays attention to the rule. No, you're not supposed to talk in the library, but people do. You're not supposed to park there, but people do. Now, what about number 4? Alex seems a lot at the moment. Do you think he's studying enough? Well, we've got my verb seem, which again is followed by you tell me. And we've got at the moment, so this implies like a temporary situation where we would usually use a continuous. Shall we check the correct answer? So he seems to be going out a lot at the moment. Now, Alex seems to be going out a lot at the moment. Do you think he's studying enough? And that present continuous now is reinforced by my present continuous in the second sentence. Now, do you think he's studying enough? Alex seems, plus 2 plus infinitive, seems to be going, continuous infinitive. Nice sentences, eh? What about number 5? Let's see. Isn't there anywhere here? Now we have an indefinite pronoun. No, somewhere, anywhere, anybody, somebody, nobody, nothing. No, these ones, indefinite pronouns, are followed by what? By to plus infinitive. No? Isn't there anywhere to sit down here? Isn't there anywhere to sit down? There's nothing to do. There's nowhere to go. No? I need someone to talk to. So these words are usually followed by to plus infinitive. Now, well, it's one of the options. Now, what about number 6? Rick hates that he can't dance very well. Now, hate, remember, is one of those special verbs, no, like, love, hate, prefer, like, love, hate, prefer, like, love, hate, prefer, that behave one way when they're in the present or the past or the future, but behave another way when they're in the conditional. Do I have a conditional here? No, I have present simple. Ding, ding, ding. Let's see. Are you ready? Are you ready? Rick hates admitting. Admitting, followed by ing. I hate waiting. No, I like reading. I love eating. No, but I would hate to admit. No, so we need here ing. A quick question: Did you double the T? Admit. No, the stress is on the second syllable. No, admit. Double the T. Well done. Now, what about number 7? Have you got an answer? I would love the installation, but it finished the day before we arrived. Now be careful here because I have here would love. Do you remember what we just said? Like, love, no? Like, love, hate, prefer. Like, love, hate, prefer. Like, love, hate, prefer. No? I hope you remember. Now, and also it finished the day before we arrived. So we need here to talk about the past. So in this sentence, we need a perfect infinitive. 10 points for anyone who got a perfect infinitive. I would love to have seen the installation, but it finished the day before we arrived. I would love to have seen, because see is referring to something in the past. Now, number 8, there's no point, him. He always has his phone turned off while he's driving. Now, here we have a very nice expression. No, there's no point. No, it's not worth. No, you've got some of these very nice expressions, which are followed by what? By what? ing. Now, there's no point calling him. He always has his phone turned off while he's driving. No, and it's present because it's while he's driving. No, he always has his phone turned off. No, this is the general situation. Now, what about number 9? Have you got some answers? Let's see. It's important for celebrities at all the right parties. Now, we've got here for celebrities, no? Do you know that structure? For somebody to do something. No, to do something. For celebrities to... No, for example, it's difficult for me to learn Japanese. No, it's too hot for me to go out. No, so for somebody to do something. But I think we need a passive here. Did you put a passive? Let's see. For celebrities to be seen. Now, ser vistos, to be seen. It's important for celebrities to be seen at all the right parties. Lucky them. And number 10, finally, let's go and have a coffee. The meeting isn't due until 10:30. Now, here we have a very nice expression, due, but we're missing something, due plus to plus infinitive, to be due to. Now, so let's see what you've put in the gap. The meeting isn't due to start until 10:30. No, because it's referring to the future. No, isn't due to start. So how did you do? 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I hope, but no pressure, No pressure. Now let's look at exercise B. It says, circle the right phrase, tick if both are possible. Now, again, I'm going to ask you to pause the video. Take as much time as you need. To complete the answers. Off you go. When you come back, we'll correct. Now, have you got some answers? Welcome back. Are you ready to go? Circle the right phrase. Tick if both are possible. Now, number 1, it is not allowed or it is not permitted to wear jewelry at school. Now, in this case, only one is correct because my subject is it. So when I use it, I can only use not permitted. No, it is not permitted. You are not allowed to wear jewelry, but it is not permitted to wear jewelry. So the subject there tells me that it must be not permitted. So far, so good. What about number 2? You should have listened. You should listen to my advice, but it's too late now. Well, if it's too late now, listening is in the past, isn't it? So you should have listened to my advice. It's too late now. So listening is in the past. You should have listened. Very nice. No? Should have listened. Don't forget, should have listened, because listened is in the past. Now, what about number 3? The flight was at midday, so we needn't have got up. We didn't need to get up early. In fact, we got up at 9:30, 9:30. What did you choose here? Now remember, we didn't need to get up. Now this is very important, because look at this part of the sentence. Now, in fact, we got up at 9:30. Early, did they get up early? No, they didn't. They got up at 9:30. So in this case, it has to be we didn't need to get up early because they didn't get up early. Do you remember the other option? Let's talk about the other option just for a moment. We needn't have got up early, but we did. We needn't have got up early, but we did. Did they get up early? No, they didn't. So we use didn't need to get up early. Do you remember that? It was one of the first things that we did, so maybe we need to do a bit of revision there. What about number 4? You look or you seem a bit down today. Is everything okay? Now, what would you say here? You look a bit down today? You seem a bit down today? Both are perfectly correct. Now, if I use you look, it's based on what I am seeing. No, like te veo un poco, no? Te veo un poco triste hoy, no? You seem pareces estarlo, no? So it depends just a little bit on my perspective. But both are perfectly correct, and they both mean more or less the same. What about number 5? It smells as if, or it smells as though someone has burnt the toast. Now again, both are correct. Both are correct because it smells, no, seems, looks, no, all of those verbs of the feelings of our senses, the verbs of the senses can be followed by as if or as though. They are synonyms, no? Seem as if, seem as though. What about number 6? Is that your father upstairs? I can hear, or I'm hearing his voice. Now again, we've got a verb of the senses here, which we usually use with can. Now, I can hear his voice. Now, so far so good? What about number 7? This coffee tastes like tea, or this coffee tastes of tea. It's undrinkable. Tricky one. What are we going for? It tastes like. No? So it has a flavor or a taste which is similar to tea, but it's not tea. No? That was the difference. It tastes of tea. There is tea in it. No? Excellent. What about number 8? I'll be working, or I'm working at home this afternoon, so you can call me there. Both are correct. I'll be working, or I'm working. Now, we saw this when we talked about future plans. Now, I'll be working. This is what I will be doing in the future. Now, at a specific moment. I'm working at home this afternoon. This is my arrangement. Now, number 9, you'd better get on the train now. It's on the point of leave, or it's about to leave. Oh, this is a tricky one. It's about to leave. Because if we use it's on the point of, we cannot use leave. It's on the point of ing, leaving. It's on the point of leaving. It's about to leave, to plus infinitive. But the expressions are the same, no? To be on the point of doing something, to be about to do something. And finally, the princess is due to open the new hospital early next month. Is the last one. What did you decide? Have you got an answer? Both are perfectly correct. The princess is to open the new hospital. This would be a formal, official announcement. Now the princess is due to open the new hospital. She is expected to do this, or scheduled even to do it. Now, so there you have our review of the grammar from files 7 and 8. Now remember, please, if there are any problems, let me know. Well done, everyone.